Today we're on the Canyon Inflite with 700 by 30 road tires, and we are going through roads of questionable quality, but fun roads. See how they fare. This route started off with really bad roads. They've been doing a lot of road construction around my area lately. So I'm going to be talking tires a little bit. On the Inflite, it has a 700 by 30 Valkyrie Pro road tires with Magene XR Tube 700C Ultra Light TPU inner tubes. Rated for 23 to 28C. I'm running 30. Agiko! I have some thoughts about riding road tires through bad roads, and I'll share it in the video soon. But first, I'd like to show you some riding and possibly some walking. This is Yake. We'll sing. Asa mo, boss? Feeling. Sige. Ambot, tuyok. Tinay ko garing. Oo. Most likely it's garing. I've decided to show some footage of what it is like to cycle through the busier parts of the inner roads. It's not bad, to be honest. Occasionally, you do have to stop when a big truck gets stuck maneuvering the smaller roads. But the rewards are worth it. So initially I was a little bit worried about doing some rough terrain on these tires, because if you watched a few videos ago, I set up this Canyon Inflite with the Magene TPU inner tubes, and then when I first asked people about the TPU inner tubes, it was like a mixed bag. There were riders who have been using it for quite a while already and had no issues. And there were riders who were skeptical about it. Not gonna lie, I'm a bit apprehensive. Which is kind of normal for like new technology and cycling. It seems like when there's something new in cycling, a lot of people are skeptical. But if it's like a thing that really makes a difference, for example, tubeless on gravel tires. Tubeless is now, to me, automatic for gravel tires. And the reason I'm using TPU tubes is that these specific tires aren't tubeless ready, so I needed an inner tube for them. Looks good. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I installed the TPU inner tubes, I was a little bit scared and skeptical. The material feels like a flimsy piece of light, thin rubber. But I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised. And it's not that expensive, so I feel like I'm at the point where if ever I need any sort of inner tube, I'll just use a TPU one. The price difference is not that big, and the weight difference is huge, and I heard it's easy to patch, although you do need a very specific patch kit for it. So if you watch the vlog and you know the kind of riding that I do, you do know that I am not kind to my tires. So far, so good. Wouldn't it be funny if I flatted on this ride? Let's go down. So that's my personal experience with the TPU inner tubes. And after shooting the video, I did a little research and I found this GCN article comparing butyl, I don't know how to pronounce that, versus latex versus TPU inner tubes. And the short of it is, TPU is the most expensive, but prices are dropping fast. This Magine inner tube only costs 400 pesos on the Villain shop. And the TPUs are the lightest by a wide margin. It has better rolling resistance than butyl, and although not as fast as latex, has the same puncture resistance as either material. And it is much easier to live with. It folds down much smaller than both and are more comfortable than butyl. So since prices are dropping, I am sold on the TPU inner tubes. Time to dodge some potholes. A lot of potholes. I gotta admit, it's not the most comfortable, but it is fun to blast through these B roads with tiny tires. Although by other people's standards, 700 by 30 is pretty thick. To me, it's pretty tiny. The thing with using tiny tires on B roads is you need to be really mindful of the road. When the road surfaces aren't great, you'll find yourself dodging a lot of potholes. And to be honest, it's probably good practice for cycling. It's not a good idea to be zoning out while going fast on the bike. So keeping your wits about, staying focused, being aware of your surroundings. Agiko! Thank you! It's all good bike handling practice. That's something I think we should be doing more. So many accidents happen just because we aren't focused on the road or we don't know what the bike is capable of. And the bike is capable of doing a lot. Agiko! Thank you! Hapon! A lot of dodging when using skinny tires on these B roads. Our bikes are generally very capable. Like the modern road bike is super capable. I mean, look what the pros do to their bikes in Paris-Roubaix. They're going through that thing at 45 to 50 kilometers an hour. And those cobbles are incredible, like ridiculous. They're harder than any sort of off-road that we have here. So modern road bikes can handle a lot, man. So generally, I don't have any qualms when it comes to bringing this bike off-road. You know, I mean, I worry a little bit if I get a flat or something, but that's a big truck. But generally speaking, I don't worry about if the bike can handle it or not. Our bikes can endure a lot more than we can. That ride was fueled by Curve Coffee collaborators. I recently got my hands on the Guest Pouch series from Curve. They were kind enough to send me samples of different origins and a bag of Aji Bourbon. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I have to say, the Guest Pouch series from Curve is now a favorite of mine. I tend to like fruity flavors in my coffee, but the beans that feature those flavors have been more and more difficult to find locally. The guest pouch series coffee beans were sourced from Colombia and of course expertly roasted by the lovely folks at Curve. And I gotta say, I want more. Order yours at curve.coffee. Thanks Curve for sponsoring the vlog. Whew. The baby woke up in the middle of the recording. So, I just realized that I haven't officially announced the No Boring Race on the vlog. So, if you're in Cebu or you want to swing by on July 14, we're going to be hosting the No Boring Race. You can find the details on villain.shop or on the Villain Cycles Facebook page or on this URL over here. Ciao. Probably want some milk.